Everyone, I'm Kitna Sivam. Today I'm going to present about element of culture of China. Let's see about the introduction of China. China was home to one of the four earliest civilizations found around the world. Only one whose civilization is still continue in the China. China has become a modern nation as in the last 20 years because of the open of foreign trade and investment and implementation free market reform in 1979. The reform made China nothing short of an economic miracle, but lifting more people out of the poverty than any other countries did. China focused around a high-planned economic system with specialized communities. China is more economically tied to the world's country. China was the world's largest second economy. China's economy is 43% of agriculture, 25% of industrial, and 32% of service-related. Agriculture consists of many of items like rice, wheat, potatoes, and tea. Industrial is focused on raw mineral processing and manufacture of variety of items. There are 56 ethnic groups in China, including majority Han Chinese plus 55% of minority. China is a multi-ethnic nation. China minority ethnics are mainly live in border region mountains areas of north, south, and west. Their costumes, festival, and customs can be unique and colorful and are some of China's unique attractions. China has changed faster than any other countries in the world, with annual GDP growth average 9.5% through 2019, described by World Bank as a fastest sustained expansion by major economic history, such as growth enabled China on the average of double GDP every 8 years and can help raise an estimate 800 million of people out of poverty. China also has different types of climate in different regions. In China, there is tropical zone, subtropical zone, warm temperature zone, middle temperature zone, cold temperature zone, and also plateau zone. Most of region in China are subtropical zone and part of Guangdong, Taiwan, and Yunnan, and also all the Hainan are tropical zone. Let's see about the language. There is two types of language, which is written language and spoken language. Written language in China it's the oldest written language in the world, with at least 6,000 years of history. It has been found in turtle shell dating back to the Shang dynasty. Written language use single distinctive symbol and characteristics to represent each word of the vocabulary. There was majority of characteristics are written version of spoken sound that have meaning. A large dictionary usually contains 40,000 of characters. One must be able to recognize 2,000 to 3,000 characters to read a newspaper. Now, let's see about the spoken language. The spoken Chinese language is comprised of a region variant called dialects. Modern Chinese dialects evolved between 8th to 3rd century BC. The difference in dialect are due to the different pronunciation and vocabularies. The official dialects in China is Mandarin, also a Putonghua. Mandarin or Putonghua is the most common dialect used in China and has been adopted as a second language by those who speak other than Chinese dialects. Aesthetics of China. China's aesthetic presents an integration of transcendence of objective represent and emotion expressions. There is a strong personal feeling are often transformed into a collection sentiment of human relationships and experience. Chinese aesthetics is also stressed is not objective imitation but rather than emotion communication. Integration of poetry, painting, calligraphy is another hallmark of traditional Chinese aesthetics through art and practice. It also called has three perfection, which means poetry, painting, and calligraphy. Chinese literature and arts is including poetry, calligraphy, painting, sculpture, architecture, and gardening, and also music among others. Aesthetic has always played a key role in shaping Chinese understanding of society, humanity, and cultural identity.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Najana Atika binti Ramli. My metric number is 13 DLS 90F 2009. China religion. China is a multi-religious country which is Buddhism, Taoism, Islam, Catholicism, and Christian, are the main religions country. China is a multinational country that most of 55 ethnic minority observe religion. For instance, Tibetan observe Buddhism and Hui people observe Islam. Incomplete statistics show that there are more than 100 million religious followers in China, with over 85,000 religious sites, 3,000 religious groups, and 74 religious colleges. Chinese people enjoy the freedom of religious belief according to law and regular religious activity that are protected by the constitution. All religious belief and non-religious people in the country respect for each other in belief and live together in harmony. In the long history of China, the religious culture have developed into an important part of China's traditional ideology culture. Taoism and Buddhism are the two main religions that exert great influence in the thinking of China people. Confucianism, which is a philosophy rather than a religion, and it is the basic but foremost belief that nearly all China people follow it. Confucianism, Taoism, and Buddhism are called the three pillars of traditional Chinese culture. They have exerted great influence on the thinking of the Chinese people as well as on almost every aspect in political, economic, and cultural life of the country. Social organization in China. There are large number of mass organization in China which carry out their activities independently in accordance with the constitution and the law. Subordinate units of these organizations are distributed in the cities and rural areas, serving to unit workers, young people, women, and other persons of walks of life nationwide. Number 2, they are participate in national and local political life and coordinating social and public. They participate in national and political life and play an important role in coordinating social and public affairs and safeguarding the legitimate right and interests of the people. Major social organizations in China are All China Federation of Trade Unions, All China Youth Federation, All China Women Federation, All China Federation of Industry and Commerce, the Chinese People Association for Friendship with Foreign Countries. Apart from the above mentioned social organizations, there are many other including China Federation of Literary and Art Seeker, Chinese Writer Association, All China Journalists Association, China Association for Science and Technology, All China Federation for Return Overseas Chinese, and China Disabled Person Federation.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Siti Norjana binti Razman. My metric number is 30 DLS 19F 2005. I want to present about education in China culture. In China, the education is divided into 4 categories, which is preschool education, primary education, secondary education, and lastly is higher education. By law, each child must have 9 years of compulsory education in China. First education is preschool education. Preschool education must start 3 years old until 5 years old children in kindergartens. Second is primary education. Primary education for 6 years old until 11 years old children. Primary school are usually run by local educational authorities and in some cases by enterprises and individuals. Third education is secondary education. Secondary education is available for children aged 12 until 17 years old. Such education is carried out by local government and various authorities as secondary school or vocational secondary school, having the same degrees as senior secondary school, graduate, and professional secondary school whose graduate like from college. In particular, public secondary school include junior high school and upper secondary school, and both of which are for 3 of study. Students who graduate from primary school usually go to regular secondary school, and some of them go to vocational secondary school for 3 until 5 years of studying. Lastly is higher education. Higher education constitute by those for vocational college student, undergraduates, postgraduates, and doctoral student. Higher education is performed by universities, college, institutes, and vocational college. These institutions bear the 3 major tasks of raising courses, doing scientific researches, and providing social service. I want to present about value and attitude. Firstly is value harmony of Chinese society. In the culture of Chinese society, it is believed that the basic form a harmonious and stability family depends on human management as well as the existing economy. Then harmony and well-being in community relations will only be able to be created if each individual has a good understanding of their respective roles to inculcate noble value in daily interaction. Second value is family and community relationship. Chinese family and communities are very concerned about human relationship and mutual tolerance among human beings. Then, good relations is multiracial. Society should not be backed by any party with its own personal agenda and group. There must be compassion for the people who want peace and stability in the country, to have the opportunity to continue to survive safely and securely. Third value is obedience of the Chinese community. Chinese society place a high value on obedience to parents, such as respecting and gaining parental love. Obedience is the core of Chinese ethical culture. Last value is emphasizing the aspect of trust. Chinese society is more concerned with the aspect of belief that can provide well-being, prosperity, happiness, and wealth. Most of them tend to the concept of virtue in moral and ethical terms humans. The focus on the understanding of the human self is preferred in their belief as opposite to the concept of divinity. For the Chinese community, belief and religion are personal matter.
Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to all. My name is Nur Amira binti Muhammad Anwaruddin. My matric number is 30 DLS 19F 2025. I'm from class DLS 3A. So I would like to explain about technology and material culture in China and politics and law in China. Alright, for the material culture, it refers to the physical object, resources and space that people use to define their culture. This include home, neighborhood, cities, school, plant, tools, goods and product. All of these physical aspects of a culture help to define its member behavior and perception. For the first picture, it shows that the Mandarin hat is in first rank. The detail is in dark brown, sealed with pinky red coral button on ornamental grid base and red tassel. For the second picture is button jingguan. It's a Chinese court official hat. The detail has 8 stylish flowers surrounding 9 central flower motif. For the clothing section, this is called collar. The decoration has 2 recon in blue and white color. The collar is worn by the woman dress. So this is one of Chinese compass or lupin. The compass have a Chinese character in black and red pigment with gold pigmented decoration. This is one of the tobacco pipe, which is smoking, or in the modern era we call it cigarettes. This one come with gold metallic water pipe holder and accessories. For the next picture is called ceramic lamp. It's come with one glazed black and tan ceramic oil lamp in the flattened bowl with a broad rim, and the base is shallow narrow. For this one, this is button. It's come with from ceramic shark. It's reshaped into circular pendant. This button people make for necklace and accessories. This is writing tools. It's in stick and case. It's come with one rectangular black lacquer 6-line case containing 2 rectangular grey ink stick broken into 2 pieces. Alright, for this one, this is a one red brown cream cubed soapstone seal. The detail has a turtle on it. This one is ceramic chishada cage. This one is object to play for kids. Alright, for the last part, it's called miscellaneous. The object is a back scratcher. I think in Malaysia in 2021 we still have the back scratcher, and it used for we scratch our back when we have edges. China was world leader in science and technology until the early years of the Ming Dynasty. They have discovered and innovated the products such as paper making, printing, the compass, and the gunpowder in East Asia, Middle East, and Europe. Alright, for the politics in China, the President of China serves as a commercial figure under the National People's Congress. The Prime Minister of China is the head of the government, chairs the State Council, which consists of 4 deputy prime ministers and head of ministries and commission. The politics of the People's Republic of China took place within framework of a socialist republic run by one party. The name of the party is the Communist Party of China, CCP, led by the CCP General Secretary. In 1978, China has become one of the world's fastest growing major economies and the largest exporter and second largest importer of all commodities. China also recognized nuclear-armed nation as well as the world's largest permanent army with the second most expensive defense budget. China has made a good diplomatic relation with the most major countries in the world, such as Sweden, who became the first country that made a diplomatic relation with China, and other Asian countries, and plus 3 other countries, which is India, Australia, and New Zealand. In China politics, for People's Republic of China, which is PRC, is important role in calling for a free trade area and security alliance among its members in the Asia-Pacific region. This made a good diplomatic relation with other countries. For the China legal system, they are based primarily on this modern civil of law. But in Macau, they are using Portuguese civil law, and in Hong Kong, it's using common law. This part is called one nation, two system theory. In China, there are 4 levels of the court system. For the first one is the grassroots, intermediate, higher, and supreme people court. In addition to special courts such as military, maritime, railway, and forestry court.